Alright, well, I just did the entire unboxing of this welding machine and didn't realize that I wasn't recording. Um, my bust. Anyway, this is the Amica Arc 160. What came in the box was the manual, a 8-foot power cable for 220 volts, and a 1-foot 220 to 110 adapter. The electrode holder, or stinger as some people like to call it, has 10-foot cable. Right now I've got it connected to positive terminal, and the grounding clamp, which is very heavy, and it has good copper connectors with a heavy copper wire in between. Very strong spring on it, and this electrode holder, the spring on there is very strong, and it's a heavy duty holder. It kind of looks like, I don't know if it's broke or if it's made in two pieces like that. Actually, it looks like it might have been manufactured in two pieces. Anyway, very heavy copper plates on the inside, so definitely going to make good contact with the electrode. And it is an inverter machine, so even though it doesn't say D on it, it is a DC welder. It has a amperage adjustment knob, LED readout, and a force adjustment knob. Now the amperage controls how much amps you're putting into it. One thing you might want to do though is, well, the force, from what I understand, the force knob gives it a stronger arc. Don't know how, but that's the draw that I get. See, I always thought the force was according to the amperage, but this has a built-in fan. Now, from what I read here, you can continuously weld for 10 minutes before it goes into overheat. It says the duty cycle is based on a 10-minute duty cycle rating at 40 degrees Celsius, which means that the unit is capable of being operated at the maximum amps for the stated percentage of the time out of 10 minutes. So basically 80% of 10 minutes is 8 minutes. That's without it going into overheat. Now, it says for the balance of the 10 minutes, which would be 2 minutes, the welder should rest without operating. Temperature light will come on when the machine is overheating, and the stick machine will automatically stop welding. This happens to stop and allow the unit to cool while switched on. The heat will continue to be generated and transferred to the electronics after welding has ceased. Stick welding in humid and hot conditions can affect duty cycles as well. I don't see myself continuously welding for 10 minutes or even 8 minutes. I can't run the bead completely before 8 minutes is up. And I'm doing either a really big job or I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, now the reason I bought this welder, let me show you my original welder. Okay. Now, this is my original welding machine. You can see a very big difference in size, first of all. This too is an inverter machine, so it's running DC current to weld with. Both my welding probe and my stinger, or I'm sorry, welding probe, which is the stinger, and my grounding clamp. They have roughly a 6-foot length. Instead of a 10-foot. Come on. Here we go. And the maximum amperage on this is 80 amps. And it's 110 only. This does have an internal fan. This is not a bad little welder to start with, but I quickly found that I was outgrowing the usefulness of this welder pretty quick. Now you can tell the difference in the grounding clamps. These are still, they're not even teeth, they're basically a U-clamp that's bolted to the grounding clamp. The spring is fairly strong, but compared to this one, to be fair, this one seems to be every bit as strong as this spring. Actually, this spring is stronger, but it's a bigger clamp too. Well, maybe not all that much bigger, but it's definitely a stronger clamp, and that's real copper on the teeth. And you can tell the difference in the welding probes. For one thing, this spring sucks. This one, you could definitely increase your grip strength just by working out with this thing. Now, this one here is a Chicago Electric. It's Harbor Freight Special. It was $154.90. That's what I paid for this little one. This one here, Amica, is $146.80. 5 to 130 amps versus 20 to 80 amps. Very much wider spectrum. This has a real carry handle. Where this one here, I had to put up with this stupid strap. This damn thing got in my way more times than I can tell you. Can't wait to use Amica. First time you use it, maybe I'll film it and we'll see how much better a unit it is. I believe it's going to be a much better unit. Thanks.